Hey, hello, it's Andrea, and it's the beginning of a new year, so you know what that means. It's the perfect time for an annual recap and goals. So, do a short recap of 2019. Well, I'll talk about what goals I had and what I actually accomplished from those. So, last year, my main goal that I was talking about was I was interested in that Atomic Habits. I had talked about this last year. The guy, there's a guy who wrote a book called Atomic Habits. There was this guy. He walked into a bar and he had a book. So it was the one where you just do little bits each day. You just had a small thing to do. And that worked for me for a few months. I don't remember how many exactly. I could look it up, but I actually got some short stories written, so that's good. And last year was the first year I picked a word for the year. I didn't know it was a big thing. Like, this year I've heard people talking about it. Last year, I had the idea to pick a word for the year to concentrate on, and then I heard somebody else talk about that they were picking a word, so I didn't know it was a thing a lot of people were doing. And the word that I picked last year was hope. Hope, H-O-P-E, and that worked pretty well for me. So what I do is, I picked something I wanted to concentrate on and think, what does this mean for me in the everyday and in choices I make and stuff like this. I think I'm going to go to my goals next for this year, and then I will do a recap of last year, all the stuff that happened. So if you're not interested in hearing a recap for that, that'll be at the end. If you are interested, stick around. But anyway, so my goals for this year, my main goal is, the word that I chose was wholeness. Wholeness. And like I said, well, it took me a long time to pick this word. I came up with a bunch of other words, but none of them were quite right. Like I had one that was like health, but health was too vague for me. I know wholeness sounds vague too, but in my mind it doesn't, because I can think, right now as I'm doing this, is it fit in with my goal of wholeness? And it might be a different situation on a different day. Like one day, me taking a nap could be contributing to my wholeness because I'm very sore, whereas another day it might not be contributing to it. Maybe I'm avoiding something. So some smaller goals I have is, I want to do some more home improvements, around the house, get a few more things done, finish fixing up the craft room, and I want to stick to my food plan. And my channel goals for this year. So here's my 2020 channel goals. Well, I'm going to stay doing this normal stuff I do. And also, I have some things that I'm adding. But first I wanted to mention COPPA. I'm just going to keep doing my videos and not worry about COPPA, because I don't make any money on my channel, so I don't think it's going to affect me. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to affect me. Like, I don't think YouTube is collecting any data from my videos because I don't have commercials. I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but I'm not going to take a bunch of stuff down. So the two new things I want to do this year, I had two ideas. One is, I want to go to a different state park each month and do a video from there. A Pennsylvania state park, of course. And maybe I'll do a little bit of hiking or fishing, or, one or two of them have some historical activities to do at them. The other thing that I want to do is, I have this, let me show you, hold on. I have this old file card box, and it's full of recipes, okay? And the thing is that some of the recipes are recipes that I actually use or have used over the years, and others are recipes I've put in there to try, and I haven't tried them. I'm 50 years old and I'm looking in here at some of these recipes have been in here for 30 years and I haven't tried them. So I thought each month I'll pick one of the recipes in here and try it out, see how it goes. Try it on the video. It's not going to be really a how-to, but because I'll probably condense the video a little bit, but it'll be fun to try things and to wonder why I picked different recipes and stuff. So that's my plans for this year. I didn't do well on my reading for last year because I was having trouble reading at the end of the year. Like I usually pick a number of books that I want to read by the end of the year, and I think I had picked 18 or something for last year, and I didn't read that many because I was having trouble with my glasses towards the end of the year. But I think I'm going to go back to just doing 12 as my goal, you know, one per month. And if I get more than that, then good. If not, you know, whatever. I'm not really in a race, you know. So what are your goals for this coming year? Do you pick specific goals or do you pick a word? Do you just skip it all together? I mean, some of the things I chose last year I only did for like 4 months, which I guess 4 months isn't bad. You know. So, my accomplishments for last year, 2019. I lost over 30 pounds, and I did that using the Weight Watchers plan. Right now, they have the plan in 3 different colors, and the color closest to what I was doing is blue. Also, I got back in touch with a friend of mine who I hadn't spoken to since we were in elementary school. I think since we were in 6th grade. Maybe, no, since we were in 7th grade. And I've been talking to her all year, and we've done a couple things together. We've done a couple trips. Not trips, but listen, we visited. There's been visiting involved. I got more cleaning done on my bedroom. It still needs additional cleaning. And we set up the craft room. Now for my year in review. Just things that we've done. I went to the Pet Expo. That's the one I think I put some video on here where they did this thing where their dogs are racing back and forth, and we got to see cats doing. There was like a cat show where they stretch themselves out. Listen, I don't know all the terms for this stuff. It was all new to me. I had a 72-hour ambulatory EEG done, and I do not recommend it. It was uncomfortable, unpleasant, expensive, annoying, stressful, invasive, not physically, well, you have stuff stuck to your head, but there's cameras looking at you. There's a camera looking at you while you're sitting down during the day, and there's a camera looking at you while you're sleeping. And there's a computer attached to you in a little bag. And there's a computer, and listen, it's very expensive, and listen, they found out, so this is what they found out. They wanted to see, because I was still having symptoms from my seizures, and it ended up that I was still having seizure activity, but they wanted to make sure I wasn't having something else, like, what is that called? Like I have epilepsy, but they wanted to make sure I wasn't having, I can't think of what it's called. It's the thing where you shake all the time. I mean, I do shake a lot, but I don't have the thing. All right, they didn't find, that's all they found, is that it was just more, it was just my epilepsy was still, I was still having trouble, I was still having activity in the area of my brain where the epilepsy occurs. So they increased my medicine. That's all we need to know. I got hiking boots, and I hardly ever use my cane now. I walk a lot better. because my doctor had suggested that I use hiking boots, hiking shoes. So those have been doing pretty well. We went to Rehoboth Beach off season, and I can't remember who went. I think it was just me and my husband, but I could be wrong. Probably have videos on there. Yeah, I think it was just me and my husband, because we go to Pepper's. It's this place where you can buy hot sauce. And I remember I was all over that store goofing off. And none of the kids were with me because they would have joined in with my goofiness. So yeah, the Pepper's is in Lewis now, which is Lewis, Delaware, is right next to Rehoboth, which is a very lovely place. We've been fishing there before. We did shark fishing, and I was the only person on the boat that caught a fish. I think I caught a shark. Or maybe there was more than one of us, but I was the only one that caught a big one. Listen, I don't remember. It was a long time ago. If you ever get a chance to go fishing on a boat and they have the boat mounted reels, it's a different experience than just regular fishing. Again, I don't know the terms. We had a hornet nest knocked out of our chimney, taken apart in our chimney. We adopted a dog named Ernie. He's a beagle. He's the one you hear walking around right now. And he was, we adopted him from the SPCA. He was on the street for a long time, let me tell you, because he still has weird habits. Don't you, Ernie? He said, I can't be tamed. I can't be domesticated. Right? Isn't that what you said? Okay. We got a bird feeder. I don't know why I put that on the list. I guess because I haven't had a bird feeder for a long time. We went to too many games, and I really enjoyed this year. I got to see Epic Rap Battles of History. They did a great performance. If you ever get a chance to see them live, they are entertainers to the core. I got to meet the guys from Cinemassacre. That was fun, and I went to both of their panels. And also I was there, somebody recognized me. Yeah, that was, she was very nice. We got a picture together for Instagram, and she just recognized me because I do a thing every year where I talk about Too Many Games, and she had watched the Friday night video I did of Too Many Games, before going to Too Many Games on Saturday, so that's why she recognized me. Yeah. It's Linda, aka gamergirl. That's her whole name. Linda, aka the gamergirl. Look her up. She's fun. She's cute. I guess it doesn't matter that she's cute. She's fun. She plays a lot of retro games. You'll enjoy. Okay. Ernie had surgery last year. He had bone cancer in his upper jaw. He had that removed. So he has to see the doctor like every 6 months. So he's going to see the doctor again this month. And hopefully he's doing okay. Nothing's grown back that we've noticed. My husband and I visited Washington, D.C., and we visited with some friends of ours who live there. And we got to see the new African American History Museum, which I highly recommend. I recommend all the museums there that are part of all the museums actually, but especially the ones that are part of the Smithsonian Institute. They're free museums, but you can always give a donation. Yeah. And I think I have a video about that on here somewhere too. Our cat Simba passed away this year. He was 14 years old. We went to the pumpkin patch and bought pumpkins. My husband surprised me with a cruise for my birthday. My sister and her youngest son went with us, and we cruised on down to Mexico, to the Yucatan Peninsula, and we got to visit Chichen Itza. Loved it there. I would go again. Really, I would. I thought it was fascinating. I thought the culture was interesting. Everything. You know, and everything's $1. That's just what they say when they're trying to sell you stuff. I made a gingerbread house this year. I think you saw that. Enjoy, because I don't think I'll be doing that again. So, I think that is my full recap of last year. The reason I like to do this video, it's mostly for me, but I also want to show that just doing not ordinary stuff, but sometimes little things is what you have to work towards. I know for me, it takes me a long time to accomplish a goal. My steps are very slow, but I just keep going, you know. I'm like the turtle. I'm like the turtle, slow and steady. You just keep going. So that's what you got to do. That's my opinion, you know. Just think, last year at this time, I was still walking with a cane. I weighed 30 something more pounds than I do. Yeah. I'm sure there were other things. Maybe there were good things that I don't do anymore. I don't know, because one of the things I have is memory loss. So, the good thing about that is I can enjoy shows and movies over and over again. It's wonderful. But I am definitely looking forward to this year, and I'm glad that the holidays are over and we can move back into the normal everyday life. And I hope you're having a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.